So what can you do with a piece of chicken? The first thing that comes to mind is either fry it or bake it. Um, Frying it's good, but it's not so much good for you. Baking it is not very good, but it is good for you. So we're gonna discuss a few different options that you can do, and one thing you can't do is poach it. And if you poach it correctly, it can be very good. So that's what we're gonna demonstrate today. I'm doing Chef Randy's poached chicken with tarragon sauce. Get everything I need. Got our burner. Our gas is here. We go ahead and get it going. Now the first thing you're going to have to do is go ahead and preheat your oven to 325, because right after you get everything in the pan, it's going to have to go straight to the oven. Since we are working with chicken, we're going to glove up. You want to be sanitary. You don't want to cross-contaminate with chicken because you can get sick and it could get pretty ugly. Now, just a list of ingredients. I've got some shallots, my tarragon, some cream, and some butter, and some beurre Marnier. Beurre Marnier is just a butter flour mixture. It's kind of like an uncooked roux. It's used to thicken. My oven, which is behind me, is preheating, and I've got some hot poaching liquid on the stove as well. Now, get my saute pan. We're going to add our butter first. And just let it melt. Just season our chicken with salt and pepper. Why do you salt and pepper both sides? Well, you eat both sides. As Chef Randy likes to say. Now, we're not trying to brown the chicken. This is all poaching. It's actually not a very flavorful looking color, but by the end of it, it will be full of flavor. So we've got about a tablespoon or so of shallots. But you do want to cook those for a second to let them get a little soft, clear. Add our chicken. What was the skin side is down. We grab the hot poaching liquid. Sprinkle some tarragon on there. Just add enough liquid to barely cover your piece of chicken. Turn the fire down. Now we have to cover it with a piece of parchment paper, but this has to cook for just a second. So I'm going to show you a quick little trick on how to cut a circle out of a square to fit the pan that you're cooking in. You fold it in half once. You fold it in half again. And then you fold it to make a triangle. Now, kind of gauge it to the center of your pan. And you just kind of eyeball it. If it's a little big, it's okay. If not, if it's a little small, it's fine as well. It's about right there. Cut it off. And end up with a circle. Now this is coming up to a simmer, and we're just gonna cover that to keep all those juices in. And if you have a 6-ounce chicken breast, it'll take about 10 minutes in a 325 degree oven. If it's a little bigger, just add a few more minutes to it. 8 ounces probably take about, well, I don't know, 12 to 14 minutes. I'm gonna put it in the oven. And I already had some ready to go to make up for that time difference. Re-glove up. Now I demonstrated the one earlier, but now I have 4. So I've got a few different people to feed. Now what we're going to do is remove our chicken breast so we can make the sauce. Now I didn't really have a pair of tongs handy, so I'm going to use this fork and spoon. And we're going to keep this warm because it's not going to take too terribly long to make our sauce. What we want to do is reduce this sauce by about half. Now I demoed earlier just a second ago with the one chicken breast by itself. Now I have about 4 times the liquid, so my ingredients are going to change. For the one breast, you'd only use 2 tablespoons of cream, but now since I have 4 times that, obviously I'm going to use about 8 tablespoons. Clean up some of this mess. Now once this is reduced down, we're going to strain it. We reduce it down, strain it into the bowl, and then we're going to thicken it with some beurre Marnier, which again is the butter and flour mixture. Add some cream and reduce it a little more. And you want to get it to a nappe consistency, which means it'll coat the back of a spoon. And you dip it in there and kind of run your finger, it won't drip off. Now while we're waiting, some things that you can remember. This isn't a very intense process. There's not a whole lot to it, so as long as you have everything prepped and your sauce comes out correctly, there's really nothing to worry about. Make sure if you're not wearing gloves, make sure to wash your hands in between touching chicken and anything else, and if it touches the surface, wipe it down. You don't want to get the whole cross-contamination thing, salmonella and all that stuff. Alright, this is reduced down enough, and it's hot. Just came out of the oven. so. We'll try to strain it without making too much of a mess. And we're going to add it back to the pan. Whisk in our cream. A little Bermuda thicken. Probably only for the one, it's just going to take, oh, I don't know, a teaspoon, maybe two. Whoa. Alright. Our warm chicken. Sauce it. Garnish it. A couple little pieces of bread to soak up the sauce when you're done. And that's poached chicken with tarragon sauce. Like this. Thanks, Chef Randy, for showing us this in class. And thank you very much.